crazy. Alright, y'all. I'm not naked, I promised. I have on a romper. Pretty much. You guys are gonna be doing my makeup with me while I talk about my state of mind and my mental health. Actually not my mental health. I'm just gonna vent with you guys and do my makeup. I'm not sure if I want white lighting or natural lighting, but we're gonna go with white. I got my nails done today. So excited, guys. This has been like something that has like had a big part to do with my mental health, actually, because I'm a college girl, and if you know, you know. If you go to school upstate, you know, you don't really have like nail salons that you're used to. Like my girl Susan, who specifically does my nails, has been doing them since I was 14. She's here. So I've been struggling, and I become a press-on girly, which I really, really love. I wear press-ons like all the time, and I get so many compliments on them. But yeah, getting my nails done used to be a huge part of my happiness, as is any girl's. So yeah, these are actually my natural nails, y'all. I didn't get any acrylic or, you know, like length or anything. I'm just glad I grew my nails to a point where I could get like at least a little manicure. My eyebrows are already done. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm really just doing this because I'm bored and going through it a little, and I got 3 new makeup products the other day. So I just grabbed a cheap, kind of cheap setting spray. It was like $5.59 at the beauty supply store because I ran out of setting spray, which I've been eating for a while. Oh, I also got a micellar water. I'm trying the vitamin C one this time. I always get the original one that's like clear, but I'm trying this one just because, why not? And then I'm trying a new foundation. This is also kind of cheap. It's a lightweight full coverage by Kiss. This is also from the beauty store. I went to Target the other day, but I didn't get my essentials like I wanted to, and I'm not supposed to be spending that much money anyway. Oh, I was about to say what I forgot to get was a primer. The other day I got this primer from Target. This is what I did get because it was on sale for $4.99, I think. So yeah, this is what I was really needing also, which I don't really need that much because I don't want it to stay on all night now that I think about it, because I don't have anywhere to go. But we're gonna take some pictures. And primer makes your makeup look better, I'm pretty sure, which is the point of us using it. And just helps, you know, the effect sets the foundation. So yeah, the point of the video is basically, I don't know, like we're on winter break right now. So my situation is that I've been at school for the past few months, but I might be going back in January. Our winter break is technically from December 20th to about usually February 6th. Like around the week of February 6th, we're usually going back to school. So there's this thing called J-term, where in January you can take like extra classes and stuff like that, kind of like summer classes. So the January like term where we usually be home, there's always an option, which I never usually take. I always stay home because who doesn't want to stay home for longer? I'm a city girl, and I like being, you know, close to everything be accessible and stuff like that. So I always stay home, but this year I think I'm gonna go just to take an extra sociology class. As long as like the class goes towards my credit count and my requirements for my degree, like, you know, those classes you have to take. Like I'm a business administration major, so I have to take, you know, like marketing, intro to business, business information systems, stuff like that. Those are my like prerequisites for other classes that I need in the end. So yeah, I'm at school, I like work, so I make majority of my money when I'm at school lately because I work at basically our dining hall, but not like the cafeteria dining hall. I work at like our mini appetizer restaurant style cafe that we have. So I'm like flipping burgers, making chicken sandwiches, salads. It's pretty cool. But basically the point is that's like majority of my income. So I've been kind of used to that, and I'm a workaholic, so I always come home and like get a job right away. But this year I didn't. I just didn't like, well, first of all, I worked myself down this semester. Like there was a point in the semester where I wasn't sleeping more than 2-3 hours, literally not sleeping, because I'm getting off work at like midnight. I still have work to do. I have to like make it for the deadline. I have to study for something before class in the morning, so I'm not completely lost in the class in the morning, stuff like that. Like I'm just working a whole lot. I usually take 6 classes, and yeah, it was just a lot. Like I also did overnight RA duty this year, so I wasn't like a RA throughout the day, but from 10:30 at night to 1:30 in the morning, I was patrolling the freshman building and whatnot. I ended up having my schedule to where days when I worked at Table Rock all day from like 3 to 11 or 3 to 12, I had RA duty the same day. So it kept running into each other, which was not good at all. It was like horrible because I was like really falling asleep in the office. It was horrible. one night I just went home because I was just like, I'm gonna wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning in this office, and that's gonna be bad. Like, it was crazy. I was just working myself to the max, which I'm used to doing. Like, me and my mom do hair, and I was a 2020 graduate, so I went to college for a little while, and then with pandemic and all the madness and me ending up kind of going through like acute depression, it was just a lot. And I came home and had this whole process, something I want to make a whole nother video about. But I just feel like I'm always so hard on myself. Like, when I was in high school, I was an honor student. I know I'm talking all over the place, but everything's like connecting to one another. I was such an honor student my whole life, and everything just came so easily to me that when I took a year and a half off from college, so I got to the college that I'm at now, Hartwick, in 2022, I believe, February. And it was a lot. It was a lot of adjusting. It was a lot of getting back into the groove, and I didn't like take into account the fact that I was still working like all day when I was home. Like, I took a break, but it wasn't a break. Like, we opened a whole salon. Granted, my mom was doing a lot of the work, but just like physically, like still doing a bunch of clients and stuff like that, emotionally, you know, just going through the trials and errors. It was a lot. We were doing hundreds of clients. That was like the most money we had ever made. I ended up going to like Miami like twice in a matter of like 2 months. Like, we were making hundreds, and that's also something I'm so like sick about now. I have made so much money the past few years, and I spent it wrong. Like, from pandemic, even with unemployment, everything. Once I started back up doing clients, ways I found to make money just online. Like, we were doing a whole business where we didn't even have to like leave the house, and we were making hundreds, and it was amazing. And I'm just so mad that like I didn't know the power I had then to like, I don't know, just do so much more for myself. So nowadays I'm just like so hard on myself. That's why when I work, if I don't see like a certain amount of money, like, this might be disclosing too much, but like if I work the whole week for like say 20 something hours, my check is like $300, close to $400. That's not enough for me weekly. Like, I was doing clients, and one hairstyle could be $250, the other one could be $175, one could be $65 if it was 6 cornrows. That's $4 or $5 a day. Like, I was used to making $300 plus a day. If I don't make close to $300 in a day, I'm physically sick, because I kind of got used to it. And it's kind of a bad thing, but not a bad thing, because it's not like I need it for like unnecessary stuff, clothes and stuff like that. Like, I am a shopper, but I'm also like a bargain shopper. Like, I love a sale, and I know how to make like a whole wardrobe with like a little bit of money. So it's just kind of like, or like $100. Like, even in today's economy, like 100 is 20. So granted, it's sensible spending, and I'm such a if you look good, you feel good person. So that's just how I am. But yeah, I've just spent so much money. And like at school now, like this semester, I was just working because it was just like everything needed something. Or even if I wanted to have fun on the weekend, like I'm thinking about, you know, I'm not gonna disclose certain things, but like, you know, just maybe having extra money to get, well, I'm 21, so get drinks for my friends and stuff like that, other supplies, you know, just for us to have a good time. Like, you also don't want to do the bare minimum. Like, you always want to have fun with your friends. You want to do a bunch of stuff. You want to just be comfortable. I like to go to Walmart and be able to spend $200 on my groceries plus miscellaneous room decorations, because that's what I need. That's what I have to do. So it's just like, you know, yeah, but that's a whole nother story. This semester was intense. It was insane. I'm a business major, which I mentioned, and accounting was probably the hardest thing that I had to deal with. Like, my accounting class almost took out me and all of my friends. We were struggling. When I say struggling, I mean struggling. Like, and it was a class-wide thing. Like, not just me and my friends. I became friends with everyone in my class due to the fact that accounting is very tedious, very, you know, if you took accounting, if you know, you know. But it's a lot. And working 33 hours at first before I narrowed it down to like 26 was killing me. Like, my friends were coming in, and I literally was scheduling like 26-minute naps, and I would be like on my bed under a bunch of laundry, napping really quick before I run back out. Like, my friends at one point just stopped asking me like, do you have work, or like, where are you going? Because it was clear I was going to work, or I was going to do something for class, because I had to sit somewhere and get it done, or I wasn't gonna get it done. And it was just like a lot, but we came through. I really started praying and having a bunch of meetings with my professors. Like, I had an F in accounting, like a full-on F. And anyone who's been an honor roll student since kindergarten, like the people who like were lining up their awards when they were younger, like I'm talking my charter school kids, you know, like even if you weren't in charter school, but like Achievement First kids, you know, if you know, you know. Like, the discipline that I had as a student was insane, and that has always been the thing that people, adults, admired the most about me, like my academic drive. So when I was like failing, I just felt like am I even the person that I think, like, can I do this? Like, is my brain capable of getting this done? It was insane. Like, that's literally how I was thinking about myself. And that's a little crazy for someone who, like, literally can do it. Like, moral of the story, I came out of the semester with A's and B's, like, only A's and B's. And the semesters before this, I have gotten probably like one or two A's, mostly B's, but like generally C's. C minus, C plus, B minus, like that's been the range. And that has been like satisfactory for me because it's been so hard. It's like that, even though it's scratching the surface, it took so much to get there. And I'm just so glad that after a semester of like weeping, crying, and just praying and praying and praying, and I just had to like, I literally had to ask God for the strength to endure what I asked for. Like, often instead of complaining, I think we have to remember sometimes we're right in the middle of what we asked for, like abundance, opportunity. Like, I never had to really want for anything. I never had to worry about food. I literally work with food. It's just like I was so worried about having an abundance. Social media, that's a whole nother topic, but social media is horrible. Like, social media is damaging our mental health so bad, and we know this. It's a general thing, which is like what was I gonna say? This is really like my makeup routine lately. Like, I don't really do much more than this, which is crazy because I used to do so much more. Now, back to currently, we're on Christmas break, and I usually like rush a couple weeks before, make sure I like apply for a new job, whatever, make sure I'm good. And mind you, so Christmas is my favorite time of the year. Due to my grandmother's like impeccable upkeep of Christmas spirit in the house and our traditions and just so much stuff, like I love Christmas. Like, Christmas has kept me happy. Like, it's one of those core things that as a child, like, you connect with. Like, my cousins sleeping over, all of us waking up and like opening our gifts together, baking cookies, listening to Christmas carols. Like, people don't understand certain things literally are the key to why you are the way you are. Like, my happiness comes from a lot of just, as a child, I saw the world in such color of things. So when things get bad now, or like someone's talking about something negative, I'm just really thinking about like, how can we fix it? Like, why aren't we fixing it? Why are we here and we should be there? Like, lately I've just been so like, how do we upkeep happiness? So how can I, like bring back that spark in things, keep those things alive, stuff like that. I'm getting off topic, but Christmas is really my favorite time of year. And my family has gone to this year. I don't know. I'm not to say it like that because I believe God and I believe we're always going to be, that everything can be mended, but just the environment has been like so sickening. And I don't know, I just feel like as you get, that's a part of getting older that I'm realizing, like a lot of things I'm going through is part of getting older. Just seeing that things aren't always going to be how you thought they were when you were 9. Everything isn't glitter and gold like you thought it was going to be. And you have to take your happiness into your own hands. Like, even the people closest to you, like your mom, your dad, the people you live with, your sisters, like, don't feel bad for sometimes just being like, I'm not fulfilled right now. Like, this is not enough. The work, the effort and energy I just put out, I feel like I'm still carrying my energy here, Like, it's just like, I don't know. It's because my grandma isn't here. My family doesn't like get together anymore. Certain things I can't look forward to have been making me feel like, that I just have to upkeep my own happiness and stuff like that. And I just feel like I've been having a really hard time with like being home this time. And when you go to school, what happens is you're growing on your own. So it's like every time you go away on your own, you're learning a new adult part of yourself. Like, every time I come home, I'm a new young adult. There are little things, like I might still leave some things here, leave some things around, not wash the dishes right away. But if anyone really analyzes me, I have gotten so much more attentive to things. And that's just because I live in my own space. I have to take care of my own space. Like, I'm learning and I'm going through the motions of just, learning what I like, what I don't like, even in conversation. Like, it's been kind of hard because me and my mom have been in a spot of like, I've always agreed with everything. Like, we're kind of just, when you think the same, you talk the same, like you and your sisters probably, like, and it's hard to start pointing out things of like, I don't think that way. Like, I'm technically a different adult. Like, we agree on this, but I wouldn't do this. You don't think this is necessary, but I think this is necessary. Mom has OCD. She cleans stuff. She likes you to like, in between your activity, clean up your space. Like, I'm gonna leave all my hair stuff, I'm gonna create my mess, and I'm gonna clean it all up again in the morning. And my mom is the type where like, If you don't get to your stuff before she gets to it, she's already picking it up. And it's just like, you weren't going to do this, you weren't going to do that. And it's like, well, how did you know that? You know, like, what if in my head, I'm like, I'm going to lay down for 25 minutes, do this. Like, I have a mental checklist for my day. I have never not had a mental checklist for my day. Probably when I was like under 12, yeah. But 15, 16, 17, 18 on, I'm very proactive. So it's like, it's a struggle when the same thing that adults complimented you on is now becoming like your battle point. Like, even my grandma, she's like, you don't listen to certain things. And it's just like, you're not listening to me. Like, I'm on the same boat with you. I was already thinking about this. But the fact that you thought I'm not thinking about it at all, I'm just oblivious to it. Like, I'm growing. Like, growth is, it's weird. It's very weird. It's very, very weird. And I'm at the weird spot where with the adults in my life, I'm trying not to hurt their feelings and just saying, I don't think that way. I don't think that makes sense. I don't think that's right. And we have to agree to disagree, because sometimes my point makes sense and sometimes yours makes sense. And sometimes there is no right or wrong to the situation. Like, that's also another thing I'm learning as an adult. There is sometimes no set, not solution, but right or wrong. It's, this is how you feel and this is how you feel. And that's that. Like, that's the situation. That's literally how it is. And I think I feel like God has had me in a point of like seeing everyone's point of view. Like, everyone has baggage. I just hope in this growing phase of me and just venting about it, I hope it's not coming off wrong to the people that I'm around. But I just know there's been, I know there's been tension because I'm a growing girl, and every time I come home there's something different. All my college students probably know what I'm talking about. It's all on my chest. I break out into hives and my skin is really sensitive, and this happens all the time. But yeah, y'all, I don't know what else to do to my face. I was gonna do a little bit of eyeshadow and maybe my blush is the last thing I'm missing. I kind of did contour and concealer already. But yeah, we're gonna put on some baking powder right now. But yeah, I'm just ready to grind. Like I said in the beginning, the biggest thing on my mind has been like regrets lately. Not regrets, but taking the lessons that I've obviously just went through this year. I think this is the end of the year too. I'm all about evaluating myself right now. Like, I should not be talking about anyone else's situation and I'm not where I want to be right now. Like, I should have my car at bare minimum. I should have my license at bare minimum. I should be, just focused on that next level. And if it's not someone directly in a position that I want to be in by next year, I don't care what they're doing. Like, I couldn't care less. And for the people who are around me, who root for me, real people, I'm always going to be understanding with them. I'm always going to make sure my criticism is constructive, that it is nice, that it is... I feel like the biggest thing I'm learning is talk to people how you want to be spoken to. Speak to people how you want to be spoken to. I've been observing a lot of conversations. I don't let anyone sit and talk to you like this, because you would feel like they're underqualified, or like because they didn't go through the same things you went through. It's like a personal bias that I just feel like I hope people let go of, and that one day we can all learn that we just don't... The camera isn't really picking up like my makeup. Like, as it's getting darker on here, I feel like it's not really showing. Eventually everyone gets on the same tip of understanding people's sides. Like, we are not all the same. Everyone has a side, everyone has a story. And I think, especially people who believe in God, we cannot pick and choose when we act and move as God. I'm realizing also lately I'm big on stopping conversations and saying, hey, we misunderstand something here. Like, we're talking, but we're getting off track. Like, maybe we need to reevaluate. Maybe I said something that made you feel this way. Very monotone, very like, there's a way to solve things. If you're immediately in defense, we have an issue, and I would hate to be there and be like that. And that's why I just feel like it's important for people to self-reflect. It's important to get advice from people. It's important to talk to people that you're not used to talking to. The same mom you went to your whole life, talk to someone else. You guys are both changing, you guys are both shifting. Talk to your pastor, talk to another friend, but don't take everything personally. And also don't think that solitude is the way to go. This has been a very random talk, but I just feel like I want everyone to be nice. Everyone needs to remember that you don't know what's going on in someone's head. So the best thing to do in that moment is ask. Don't go into your own bubble of, I feel like everyone's bugging. Why is everyone being like this to me? I've learned to stop doing that. You cannot go on a whole "why is everyone doing this to me" tip. You have to see what you put out that is possibly bringing this back, you know? We might be going back to school in 2 weeks because in addition to taking my classes, I can also I'm gonna put some blush on my eyelids, which is gonna be weird, but it's gonna match my nails. Also work if I go on campus is what I was gonna say, and I need to start making money like ASAP. Back to the current tip about me being home and broke. Yeah, I hate depending on people, and I hate, you know, just again my mind going into criticizing like what people could be doing, why we're not stable, what we could have done back then. Like, that's a terrible place to be. So I've just really been, you know, hoping that I can go on a spree of just grinding and saving and getting to the financial place that I know I was been supposed to be, so that I can be comfortable. Like, even coming home from school, like not having a vehicle to come home from school in has been terrorizing me. Like, it's the most annoying thing ever, and it's no one's fault. Like, my mom, don't get me wrong, my mom has worked her ass off. My mom is an extremely hard worker, and that's why I hate when I'm like going through these phases of like, are we doing the right thing? Like, are we thinking about this the right way? You know, just that's a whole nother tip. But I have a huge drive for working and just making a certain amount, and I'm just ready to grind. I'm ready to save. I'm ready to not only just get at my credit, but save a certain amount. Like, it scares me that I don't have a certain amount of thousands to my name. I just feel like I'm ready to get back to a point where I'm making what I had before, but I can actually utilize it now, thanks to the lessons that God has taught me and things that he has taken me through. Like I said before, I'm an impulse shopper, and that is a small problem that I can get over it. But when I'm in abundance and when God is showing me, I'm giving this to you for this, I just feel like, you know, if it's being a college student, you're just, you know, getting educated all the time about the economy and this and that. But I've just been very, I don't know, level-headed and wanting to be aware and ready for the world. Like, I'm supposed to be out of school this year. And, you know, I think that's what it is. I'm going into 2024. I graduated in 2020. The pandemic shifted my life upside down. But back to my point earlier where I was talking about charter school and just achievement first and things like that. I come from an upbringing of college readiness. Like, in achievement first, our classes were named after colleges. We like Read Circle, we talked about success, enthusiasm, like everything was about diligence, professionalism. They were gearing us at 6 years old for success in wherever we ended up. And it was just like thing in the morning where we would chant, thing where like the teacher would call out and then like call and response. And I think my principal, I don't know what the song was in the beginning, but he would just basically chant out like 2024, and we would bang on the lunch tables like do do. So it was kind of like a repetitive thing, and he would be like 2024 do do 2024, and we would bang all together. We would just kind of scream like 2020 2020 2024 do do. Moral of the embarrassing chant is that I've been geared to thinking, knowing in my mind, soul, and like declaring every single day that I was going to graduate college in the year of 2024. So I knew this year was going to be hard. I knew next year was going to be hard for me, but I didn't think it was going to start so early as far as like me thinking about just where I am. Like, people always say, you know, it's never too late. Like, I've had, granted, a lot of great support, and people reach out to me to let me know like their college experiences consisted of a bunch of things, like 4 transfers. Like, I transferred once. Like, I took a break and I transferred, and I felt like end of my life. And so many people were just like, girl, you don't even know how much more time you have. And even knowing that, it's just still kind of like, now that the time is here where I would have been prepping for like, you know, cap and gown, things like that, moving on to my career, or even just, you know, branching out, moving out, having my vehicle, taking trips, you know, just being finished with school. I have been like, I don't know, it's been a lot. Like, when I'm with my friends in a friend group, because they're all like, you know, in the grade they're supposed to be in, and I'm just like, you're the only one who's a senior when they were a junior. Like, you're just, I've had this like overwhelming self beat down of like, you're not supposed to be here still. So it's been weird, it's been odd. It can be really discouraging to be going into the year that you know you're supposed to be graduating in, and that could be even metaphorically just graduating into new things in life. And I don't know, I just feel like Nice to yourselves, you guys. You know, we have so many expectations for ourselves, and granted, they are necessary for motivation, but do not be hard on yourself for missing a deadline. What I was trying to say was, do not be hard on yourself for missing a deadline that you just, you know, something you've always held yourself up to, whether it's graduation, whether it's getting a certain job, whether it's having kids, whether it's getting married. You guys, we really have to be nice to ourselves as human beings, because our mind is our biggest enemy. Like, it's our greatest tool and worst enemy at the same time, because your mind will tell you that you are failing when you are literally trying. Like, you're still in process, you still have things to learn, you still have things to achieve, you'll have ways to learn, just a lot. And I'm kind of talking to myself when I say be nice to yourself and be understanding with your mind. Pray, 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 and I guarantee you that things will not seem as cloudy as they are. And you know, when they are cloudy as they are, God always makes a way for us to see the bright out of things. There's always a bright side of it for you to see. There's always a half full side of the cup all the time. So just a little encouragement to you guys and myself that we're gonna be fine. Thank you guys for sitting on this little chat with me. I feel like it was so unnecessary, but it was kind of good because I got to rant and do a little bit of makeup, which is cute. I'm also gonna post my makeup look from yesterday because I did my hair and makeup 2 days ago. Actually, I did my hair 2 days ago and my makeup look yesterday, and I did a cute little video, so I'm gonna try to post that. That's supposed to be posted first, but I might post this first. But yeah, whatever. Also, comment ideas for my videos down in the comments. I know it's just probably long and annoying, and I'm also inconsistent with posting because, like I said, workaholic and college student. But I want to make a lot more college content for you guys because that's the biggest part of my life right now. I feel like that should be the biggest focus, and also some more just Christian young adult content, because you know that it is very hard these days to very hard to do a lot, very hard to stay focused, very hard to find people like you, just things of that sort. And I also always want to be an encouragement for the things that I believe. So comment some video ideas, you guys. Let me know if you guys are feeling the hair, because this quick weave is weaving. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Say what you're fighting, just to back it up. You can hold my eyes. Now let's say you